going to be talking about the plants. So can you guys get your cameras on? That would be great. Thank you. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Saren, do you still have a question before we get started talking about it?
I just wanted to say that sorry that I was late and I came right at one. I was trying to get into the other class.
Yeah, that's okay. I think I came right at 1 o'clock too, so no worries at all. You're fine. You're totally fine. All right, so Cedric and Jada, if you can get your cameras on, that'd be great. Welcome, Annabelle. Again, Annabelle is here joining us for science class as well, so that's cool. So the first thing that we really want to talk about is we are going to be doing the plant investigation. Okay, first of all, it is on page 12, I believe, starting on page 12. And you should have written your prediction, okay, last week, okay? So first of all, let's start talking about what was your prediction? Okay, I know we shared a few of them last week, but let's remind everybody. What was your prediction for your cups? Okay, and then talk about did you do the 4 cups or did you not have something that was required? So go ahead, Julie, do you want to start?
My well, what I thought was going to happen was if the plant has enough water and sunlight and air, the plant will be able to grow, and the soil and the sand will grow the fastest and the biggest.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Anyone else? Let's hear the predictions. What did you predict would happen? Go ahead, Cedric.
That dependent on what they are in, it will change how fast they grow.
Okay. All right. So did you predict which one would grow the fastest out of what you did?
Soil.
The soil. Okay. All right. Good. Elisheva, go ahead. What'd you predict?
I predicted that the one that would grow the fastest and the biggest would be the soil.
Would be the soil. Okay. All right. Okay, good. Tenley, go ahead. What'd you predict?
I predicted that soil was going to grow the fastest too, and the amount of nutrients dependent on the soil changes. But
Okay.
yeah, my soil and so far my prediction is definitely right.
Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, we're going to look at everybody's plants in just a second, but I wanted to remind everybody what everybody predicted. Okay, go ahead, Anson. What did you predict?
I predicted that the soil and the cotton would grow the fastest, or at least the soil and cotton would grow, and the soil would grow the fastest.
Okay. 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 So you're one that predicted the cotton would grow. Okay. Good. Okay. Anyone else?
But apparently I was wrong and my cotton hasn't grown.
Yeah, I was okay.
It's just
So I predicted for mine. I also thought the soil would definitely produce, the plant first. Okay. And probably the tallest. And then I thought the sand probably because, I've seen things that grow in sand or whatever, it happens. Especially like towards the western side, middle and western side of the state and whatever becomes really sandy soil and stuff. Grass grows, trees grows, flowers grow, they all grow in the sand. So I predicted the sand would also grow the plant. I did not think that anything would happen in the gravel. And I did not think that anything would happen in the cotton balls either. Go ahead, Tenley.
I thought the soil was gonna grow the most, like I said, but then I thought the clay and gravel, and then the sand, and then the because I thought the aquarium gravel, when I first started, it looked like it was gonna grow the first, but it still hasn't grown up yet.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like we're all gonna have like really, really different results because mine are nothing what I thought. Nothing what I thought. Go ahead, Cedric.
Again, and hang on, Quinn's talking.
Okay.
Okay, now I can.
Okay.
I wanted to say that how you said like the other parts of the state were more sandy. I think it's the northern part that's sandy because they grow potatoes there.
Northern part, kind of from the west, maybe north and over, is kind of sandy, and then it kind of towards, more towards the west, it changes too, from there. But yeah, there's a lot of sandy soil over west of us here, west of me, actually. So go ahead, Anson.
The reason I said that the cotton one will grow is because I've actually germinated seeds in cotton. So
You
that's
have?
why I thought so.
Okay. That's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I had not ever planted any seeds in cotton, so I really didn't know what to expect with that one. But my prediction was that it wasn't going to.
The cotton is enough to get it started with a little root,
Mm-hmm.
but there's no nutrients, so that I didn't grow seeds in cotton. I just made the root grow and then tried transferring it to soil.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Good. Good. Okay. So after the prediction, okay, because obviously we've all planted, right? We've all done our planting. So in the next part of the investigation, I'm just going to share my screen with you. So you should have your books handy, okay? Because you're going to kind of we're going to follow the procedure here and whatever. And when we get to logging our data on the data table on the following page, that at that point is when we will show off our plans. Okay, so you should be on page 12. Okay, here's all our needed things, right, that we needed to do it. Okay, we did our prediction. Okay, and then the next step is to plan your investigation. Okay, so obviously we did that. Okay, you have a lot more lines on your page on page 12. So what would you say is the first thing you did in your procedure? We're going to practice writing a procedure for an investigation. So go ahead, Anson.
First thing I did was fill the cups.
Okay, so fill each of your plastic cups, and I would suggest like halfway, right? At least halfway. So fill each of your plastic cups halfway with the soil, the gravel, the sand, and the cotton balls. Okay, so go ahead and write that in your books. We're just practicing writing a procedure for an investigation. And just write whatever if you only had the 2 cups because you only had the gravel and the soil, that's okay. Just write that then. That's okay. And remember, one of the most important things with an investigation is that you keep all of your variables the same. Everything has to be the same except for one. And that's what we're testing, right? The one thing that we changed was the soil, the gravel, the sand, and the cotton balls, okay? What it was planted in. Everything else should be the same. Okay, so after you fill each of your plastic cups halfway with each of the ingredients that you had, soil, sand, gravel, and cotton balls, what would you do next? What would your next step be in your procedure? If you were writing this for someone to do, what would be next? Julie, go ahead.
Put the seeds in them.
Put the seeds in, but one thing I would add to that, so that nothing else has changed, put the same number of seeds in each cup. Okay, I decided to put 2 in each cup, so that means all of them have to have 2. Okay, go ahead, Cedric.
I wanted to say I could only put 1 seed in each
It's okay.
cup because I didn't have enough for 2.
Yep, that's okay. Then put 1 seed in each cup. And you don't even have to put an amount, just put the same number of seeds in each cup. That's important. You don't want to change anything except for what what you're actually testing.
Yeah, I did too.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so after you place your seeds in the cup, then what? Go ahead. Anson, go ahead.
You would water them the same
Well,
amount. You would water
yes,
them equally.
Yep, that's going to be next. But before that, you want to place them in a sunny area, but not like directly in the sun, so it's scorching your seeds and they won't, so place your cups in a sunny area. And again, have them all in the same area. They all have to have the same and equal amount of sunlight, right? Equal amount of sunlight. So place your cups in a sunny area all together. And then you're going to water each cup equally each day, as Anson said. So personally, I mean, I told you guys I used the eyedropper and I did 7.5 milliliters in each cup every day. How much did you do, Anson?
Well, I did 30 milliliters for maybe about a week. And then
Okay.
I realized that I was overwatering them. So
Yeah,
then
that's a lot.
I switched it down to 10 milliliters.
Okay. And you did that to all 4 cups?
Yes, to all 3.
3. Okay. All right. Perfect. As long as you do the same thing. Go ahead, Lucy. How much did you water yours?
I also watered mine 7 milliliters.
Okay. Perfect. And every day? Yeah. And did you find that that was kind of a good amount of water? Yeah, I did too. I thought it was a pretty fair amount of water for each of my plants every day. Okay, go ahead, Tenley. What'd you water?
I've been doing 15 milliliters every day, so a tablespoon.
Okay. And do you find that that is overwatering or perfect or?
Seems like it's fine for the soil and the cotton, but it seems like the sand is a little too much water on top, but then the gravel is, I don't really know. The gravel is just water, all
It's
water.
just water, right? It's just water because there's nowhere for that water to be absorbed in the gravel, right? Now the sand has a little bit of absorption, but not as much as the soil, right?
Right. And when I was gone in Madison, I obviously didn't water any of them, but they still grew. So I think I'm gonna skip tomorrow for watering.
Yeah, if you're doing a larger amount of water, sometimes, yeah, you do have to skip or whatever but you have to do it for all, because
Right.
you notice that they're getting too waterlogged for sure. Okay, so then after that, the last procedure, I think, in your procedure list should be to record the data. Okay, record your data. And if you look at page 13, then you are going to record your data in the table. So starting height, 0, obviously, 0 centimeters. Okay. Now, one thing I should remind you again, because I think I talked about this maybe at the beginning of the year. I think I did. whenever we're measuring and doing anything in science, it's metric. Okay, it's metric. We're going to measure using metric ruler, side of your ruler. Yep, I got mine too. Why do we have to measure in metric? Go ahead, Julie.
I think it's because that's what the whole world uses.
That's exactly right. The whole world uses metric except for us. We use both, right? But we use standard measure more often than we do metric, okay? And the whole world uses metric, the metric measurement system, okay? So if you're a scientist and you want to share the results of an investigation or something that some research that you did, you want to be able to share it with the world, right? Which understands metric. If you sent out, a analysis and a report on an investigation that you did, and it was all in inches and feet and miles and all of that, it's not going to mean a whole lot to another scientist across the world, right? So yeah, that's the reason we have to use the metric system. Go ahead, Tenley.
I was gonna say only us and like one other small country use it, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know why we haven't switched over yet.
Yeah, well, and yeah, I don't know why either. In my opinion, the metric system is much easier because it's a base 10 system, just like the decimal system, okay? So it's really easy to, once you get the hang of it, it's really easy to do conversions, much easier than the standard.
I hate metric, but I can live with it.
Yeah, okay, that's good, Anson, because we're gonna have to live with it. We're just gonna have to live with it. We're gonna have to learn it. And that's, that's because, I mean, if you travel to a different country and whatever, if you notice, even like Canada, okay, even like Canada, if you stop at a gas station or whatever, the gas is distributed out of the pumps in liters and half liters, okay? So it's really deceiving for us, to go up there and be like, wait a minute, we buy our gas by the gallon, so this doesn't make any sense to me. You have no idea like what price you're paying because it's all in liters and half liters. So we have to learn it. We have to know it. Okay, so that's the reason. Okay, so starting height is obviously 0. So record that on your data table on page 13 to start out with. Okay, and then it says the first day you're going to measure your growth is after 8 days, right? Is that what it says? 8 days. So how many of you planted on Wednesday? No? Okay, a couple of you on Wednesday. How many planted on Thursday?
Which Wednesday?
Last Wednesday. Yeah,
Okay.
Wednesday. Last Wednesday. Yeah.
You
planted
sure
on
about
Thursday.
You sure about last Wednesday or 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago it was. Wait, let me go back and look. I think it was 18th maybe, wasn't it? I'm gonna go look on the calendar because I have it on the calendar. Yeah, I think you're right, Anson. So that would have been how many days ago?
Yeah, it's the
18th?
so that would have been
12 days ago.
5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so if you planned it on that Wednesday, let me just make sure. Yes, I have it on the calendar on the 18th. You're right. Time is flying for me, I guess. It's just getting away from me. For
I
sure.
guess-
So yeah,
I didn't record the height for yesterday, but
that's
mine
okay.
isn't much
Yep,
taller today.
that's okay. We can record day 8 starting today. Okay, if you want to, we can just do that, and then we'll just keep recording our height. Okay, so we can record it in day 8. If you haven't measured it yet, you can measure them today. So what do your plants look like? Let's see them. You're gonna have to turn off your backgrounds too so that we can actually see your plants. Go ahead, Cedric.
Mine did not grow yet.
Not at all. Okay, what day did you plant them?
just after the day everyone else did.
Okay. So the 19th.
Wednesday. The Wednesday,
I
on like after the it was on sometime on Thursday, I think. Not this week. Not last week, I mean. But
The week before.
just after you said for us to plant
Mhm.
them.
Okay. All right. So that's no growth yet. That's surprising. Have you watered them every day, Cedric?
I forgot a few times.
Okay. That might have something.
But then
to do
again,
with it.
there was also I also watered them not with
and just
the same thing as you did. I watered them with something different that gave them a lot of water.
and it might not be him, and it might not be anything at all. The seeds just might not want to grow.
That is
True.
true.
Sometimes seeds are like too old and they don't grow anymore.
Yep, exactly.
I might have that.
You might have that situation. If they don't ever germinate at all, that might be the case for you, Cedric. Okay, Lucy, go ahead. Let's see your plants.
This is my soil one. Very,
Beautiful.
very tall.
Hmm.
This is my gravel one.
Wow. Okay. Okay. All right. So those are the two that you have then, right? Okay. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Julie.
So mine haven't grown a lot, but this is my sand one. It only grew a little bit.
Okay.
And same as my gravel.
Okay.
And then nothing happened for not my gravel. This is my soil. For my gravel, I think mine is dormant because nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Okay.
Nothing happened for my cotton, but I can see like it's green here.
Okay. Okay. So,
I think the roots could have anything to hold on to.
yeah, it's trying to pop out of that seed, but it's got nothing, right? Interesting. Okay, go ahead, Tenley.
I have mine right next to me here. So this is my cotton. Whoops.
Okay.
It as you can see here, it has like it's sprouted there,
Yeah.
but it doesn't have much to do yet.
Mhm.
But if you look at the bottom, there are some roots coming from that one and the other one too.
Mhm.
But hold on. This is my sand one,
Okay.
and I accidentally buried both of my seeds way too deep in the bottom. So
Oh,
they weren't
okay.
getting much sunlight, so I brushed a little off the sand off the top.
Mhm.
But as you can see, there should be like a little crack right here, and so it started to split open, but it hasn't done much yet. And then
Okay.
my gravel one, it's gotten bigger, but there's like some white stuff flapping around on it, and I can't really tip it. So
Some white stuff flapping around. You know what? I got that in mind too. That's weird.
there, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's molding or something.
Mine almost looks like it is the outer layer of the seed, maybe.
Mine too, but
Mhm.
also then just looking at my soil one compared, both of the seeds are sprouted, and it's really tall.
Oh, look at that. Wow, yeah. What a difference. Yeah.
And if you can see, oh, that leaf is in the way.
Mhm.
There's my other seed down there, and it kind of like grew out from the dirt, and now it still has a big chunk of dirt on it, so it's kind of still down, but it's long.
Yeah, trying to pop out. Okay.
Yeah, so
Nice.
it's trying to pop out, but
Mm.
if you look at the bottom, there are so many roots in that, which is good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Okay, good. Thanks for sharing. Go ahead, Anson.
This is my my soil one. It's 23 centimeters tall to the to the highest midpoint.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see 1 second now. can see there it's starting from the leaf, it's starting to grow another stem. So my gravel one, nothing really, just a little bit of water in there.
Interesting. Okay.
And then my cotton one, it's just like that, and then there's my seed. It's kind of like
Okay.
flattened, kind of.
So it tried to pop out of there, didn't it?
And it smells too.
It smells too. Yeah, I took a sniff of mine. It doesn't smell at all, so I don't know why yours are smelling. That's so weird. Weird. Go ahead, Cedric.
If mine didn't grow at all, then how am I meant to do this assignment?
Well, sometimes investigations don't work out. Okay, so you're not going to be able to do a graph because your
Oh, well,
seeds
then I'm
never
probably
germinate.
just not gonna do it at all.
Well, hold on, because you still have, another, let's see, you got to go up until 14 days. Okay, so you got to keep them in the water and keep watering them for another week because
Okay.
they might germinate. You don't know. Okay, go ahead, Tenley.
I don't know what smells, but one of my plants smells so horrible.
Really?
It smells
Yeah,
for me, mine smells like it's composting itself.
I don't know, but my cotton one has like a white casing on half of it, and then my gravel one looks like it's doing something weird with the outer shell. So I'm not sure what's happening.
That is weird. You know what? We all got like really strange results. Okay, because you're gonna be shocked when you see mine. Okay, I'm gonna show you my soil one first because I was shocked by this one. I would have thought the soil, right? Like all of you guys did, soil definitely. There it is.
What?
Yeah.
That's it?
That's it. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. And so as a scientist, you have to kind of think about like, okay, why is that one not growing very well? What I notice on the top of my soil is what's looking like mold. So I'm thinking my soil molded and the mold is taking all of the nutrients.
Can you show us the mold?
I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it?
Yep.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, so my soil molded and the mold is what's taking all of the nutrients. That's why it's such a little guy.
I think I know why that everyone's is molding. Because that watering every day, it isn't a good thing for a plant.
No, depending on the plant. Depending on
Yes.
the plant. Yep. And that's why, if you're going to water it every day, it should be a fairly small amount, just enough to give it a little drink. Okay, you ready to see my other ones? Gravel. This
Now
one's gravel.
that's weird
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
how could the roots get through the gravel? How could
It
it get
did.
nutrients?
That's
And
huge.
there is a really nice root system
How tall is it?
that I can see on the bottom. Let me measure it because we're going to measure in just a second, right? We're going to take measurements of each of them. It is 20 centimeters.
It is?
Wow.
It looks bigger. It's either I got the wrong measurement or that thing looks huge.
20 centimeters. That's the gravel one. Okay. You ready for the sand? This one's even taller. Now, I got a bunch of, water collecting on top, like my gravel one. It's all water, just like your guys's is. It's just water. And there's a layer of water sitting on top of my sand too, because the sand's not going to absorb a lot of the water. But this stalk is even taller. So I'm gonna measure this one.
And I could see a good root system there.
Yeah, it's 25 centimeters. Yeah, can you see the good root system?
I don't want to know how tall your soil would have grown if it hadn't molded.
Right? I know. I must have a good, some good sunshine. I do. I have, some pretty decent indirect sunlight in my office. So what do you think my cotton did?
I
That to get
me,
through.
I think it would have grown, or it has grown 10 centimeters.
10 centimeters? What do you think? Anybody else?
I think it'd grow like maybe 15.
12, Julie says. No, not quite, but it did grow.
Oh,
That's maybe about 1.5 centimeters, maybe.
2 centimeters. Yep, and look at nice root system.
Oh, Lucy was the closest.
So yeah, Lucy was the closest, 2 centimeters. And the funny thing is that the seed pod there, on the top, now, in my opinion, it's not completely sprouted out because I can still see the seed pod on the top here. That seed pod adhered to one of the cotton balls. So I don't know if that one, I think that the only way I could get this one to survive, which I might do, is just grab a pot and put them all in after we're done. Because once you have a good root system, you're golden, right? You can plant them then in some soil and see what happens. But why did mine in the sand and the gravel grow so well?
Because you're watering it at the right amount.
Mm-hmm.
And
Perhaps.
mine isn't close to sunlight except that window you see by me.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty, maybe about 5 feet from that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, what do you think, Cedric? Or is your hand still up from before?
No, I had a question.
Okay, go ahead.
What day are we on?
Depends when you planted it. If you planted Wednesday last week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're really on day 9, but we'll just call it day 8 on our table. Okay, we're recording on our table day 8. Okay, so what I want you to do right now, all of you that showed your plants, and does anyone else want to show their plants? Elisheva? Okay, do you have your seeds planted? We can't hear you, Elisheva.
Grown at all. Like
It didn't grow at all?
my soil one just molded, and I don't even want to go close to it because it stinks really bad. Just molded a bunch. My sand one didn't do anything.
Interesting.
And then my gravel one just collected a bunch of water and just had a bunch of water sitting.
Okay. And how about yours, Saren? Go ahead.
I don't have them right by me at the moment, but they're not really growing, but the gravel one I can tell is making a move somewhere. Because I looked this morning and I can see some green popping out.
Oh, good. That's a good sign. Then it'll and what day did you plant them?
I don't remember which day.
Okay, try to remember which day so that you can get your data recorded on your data table. How about yours, Jada?
I didn't have all the materials for it. I didn't have sand or the cotton.
That's okay. You have gravel and dirt. Okay, that was sent to you. Did you plant them in that?
No, not yet.
Okay. All right, you need to do that today so that you can do this. Okay, so what I want everybody to do right now is to take your ruler Okay, take your ruler. And you are going to measure in centimeters. Okay, so make sure you're using the metric side of your ruler. Okay, I assume everybody can find the metric side. Thumbs up. Got it? Okay. And I want you to record whether you only have 2 cups or if you have 3 cups or if you have 4 cups. Okay, record your measurements on your table on day 8.
I have one question,
Yes, go ahead, Tenley.
or just a comment. So yours said yours had pretty direct sunlight. Mine are right by a window, like 2 inches from a window,
Mhm.
but they're facing north. The window's facing north, so that might have something to do with it. But this room has windows all around.
Yeah, I don't think it, you know, like I said in the beginning, you really shouldn't have it in, you know, directly under the sun. The sun was not shining on mine directly. It was indirectly. Okay, it's really bright and, you know, whatever, sunny in my office, but on my shelves is where I have all my plants. And so it wasn't direct sunlight. It was just, you know, sunny room. Yeah, and that's okay. So go ahead and record your measurements. I'm going to do the same thing because I'm curious to see what's going to happen with mine after some time, you know, because like I said, the gravel, I mean, it's really soaking in water, you know, so I'm kind of curious as to what's going to happen to that one. Is it going to continue to grow? Is it just going to get waterlogged and drown out? I don't know.
Well,
Where am I supposed to start measuring from the base of the cup or from the base of the stem?
I would do it from the base of the stem. So I'm just sticking my ruler right inside the cup there so I can get a precise measurement.
you mean where the stem comes out of the seed?
Yep, I would start right at the bottom of the stem is where you should begin measuring. Just as long as you do it the same on every plant. That's the key, right?
And I kind of have to dig a little.
Yeah, just not where it comes out of the seed, just, you know, right at the top of the sand, right at the top of the gravel is fine. All right, I got mine done. Yeah, I'm really shocked at my results. I really am. But I don't know why. I mean, why do you think? Why do you think mine grew so well in the waterlogged gravel and the waterlogged sand? Any thoughts on that?
I have a thought, but not it that it just water and oxygen is enough to produce roots
Mhm.
which will get it going,
Mhm.
and it will just live on water and oxygen
Mhm.
and light. That and it also depends on temperature too.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with that, Anson. I
And
totally.
I think the reason the plants are molding is because there's no drainage.
Mhm. That could possibly be, yes, with the soil. Yep, that could possibly be. Now it could be something in the soil too that's causing it to mold. You know, I don't know. I'm trying to think if I used my bag of soil that I had here or if I used the stuff from school. I think I used the stuff from school. So, which, you know, the difference in the soils could be it too, right? Because some soils come with fertilizers, which I think is the case with the soil you got from school. And some comes without. So it could be, you know, it could be the makeup of the soil as well. Go ahead, Cedric.
Um, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Okay, sorry. Raise your hand when you remember. Go ahead, Tenley.
I had it up a while.
Go ahead, Tenley. Do you have a question as well?
Say, I rated all my plants, and the soil one is 1 centimeter, and then not the soil one, the cotton one is 1 centimeter. I meant
Yep.
the cotton
Okay.
one is 1 centimeter, and then the other one didn't grow up at all.
Mhm.
The gravel and sand none grew, but for the soil, the tallest one is 15 inches. Then the other one is kind of like leaning down, but I measured it like laying down, and it's 6 inches. So
6 inches. Okay. So for mine, I got 4 centimeters for soil, 25 centimeters for my gravel one. That's amazing. 21 for the sand and 4 centimeters for the cotton. Interesting. Okay, go ahead, Lucy.
My gravel is 1/2 centimeter.
1/2 centimeter. That's about right. That's about right. That's what I would have predicted for mine. I would have, but it didn't turn out that way. Go ahead, Elisheva.
If you don't have like, see, I don't have cotton, so what am I supposed to put in this in the thing for cotton if I didn't have cotton to plant in?
Like we said when we planted, if you don't have sand and you don't have cotton balls, just do the other two. Just do the other
Okay.
two, the soil and the gravel.
So I don't have to. So I don't have to fill in anything for
No.
soil, or I mean for the cotton.
No,
Okay.
nope. If you don't have cotton, that's fine. Okay. All right. So what I was going to say is what I think kind of happened with mine is that, you know, the sand and the gravel especially, okay, is kind of a thing. Have you ever heard of hydroponic garden? Have you heard of a hydroponic garden? No? Okay, Anson, have you heard hydroponic gardens? Okay. All right, let me just show you something. Yep, I want to show you what a hydroponic garden is. Okay, so it's actually a thing. All right, I'm going to share a YouTube video with you on hydroponic. Oops, I got to go back because I got to turn on the video and the audio so you can hear it.
I want to say, like I said, my cotton one has some white casing around it. I don't know if that's mold or what it is, but
Yeah, I think it's the outside of the seed, honestly, because mine has that in the gravel one. Does everybody see the YouTube video okay?
Yeah.
Thank you for getting on the microphone because I can't see you
Yes.
anymore. Thank you. Okay. So let's see what hydroponic gardens are.
never seen that type of saw before.
Pretty cool.
I love the sound.
It is good, isn't it?
Yeah. Better than the music.
Mm-hmm.
Want a lawn that looks like this?
here was,
Or a lawn looks a little bit more like
drawing the
this?
lines to
Well,
cut it
Then you should
right.
click right here and check out
Done
True
with
Green
this.
with a local lawn expert.
You get the idea. Hydroponic garden is growing your plants in water, right? And people do it all the time. Why would they do that? Why would they grow their plants in water? And where do you think it would be beneficial to do that? Go ahead, Jada.
I was actually raising my hand because I just wanted to say that I really like seeing videos like that, making stuff from stuff you already have. Those are
Yeah,
I like seeing
yeah.
those.
Yep. DIY, right? Do it yourself. Yeah, I like those too, definitely. Go ahead, Elisheva.
Some way that could be like beneficial is maybe like I think somebody told me that that if you grow like at like the lettuce you get from stores is like grown in water so like so that not as much dirt gets on it.
Yes.
And also while he was cutting the foam to size, I was kind of just thinking that's what a chalk line is for. It like makes this perfect like line, perfectly straight line.
Yeah.
Instead he got a whole board.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I maybe would have done a few things differently, but yeah, for sure. Yep. So yes, and that is and actually if you look in the grocery store, you do find, lettuce that was grown hydroponically, and it's less dirt on it. It's very clean lettuce, right? Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, Tenley.
But I also want to say that I completely forgot. Wait,
That's-
I know. Oh, like in there when there's like environment when there's like not good soil, and if you
Exactly.
water, then you can grow something better.
Yes, exactly. So there are a lot of like foreign countries and whatever where, maybe it's a deserty area and whatever in the Middle East and whatever, sand. And so, they might have a hard time growing some crops and whatever. And so growing it hydroponically, it works, right? You can grow it in water And that really helps them out and whatever. There's a lot of people who actually come over here to the United States to kind of learn that technique and whatever, because it would be very beneficial for them in the type of environment that they live in. So that's what I'm guessing happened with my plants in the sand and the gravel, because as you can see, those are really strong root systems. So it was actually really germinating and growing based on the amount of water. Yep. Go ahead, Anson.
I didn't realize it until today that until when you showed us and told us what it meant. I actually have grown something a little hydroponically, lima beans a little, where I planted it in dirt, and then there was like holes in plastic that led down to a chamber of water.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. That's really awesome. Awesome. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to go over with you is what is on your calendar for tomorrow. And now that we have talked a little bit about what hydroponic gardening is, that is going to be something that you will be looking at tomorrow, I believe. Let me go back to the calendar. Okay, yep, that is one of the things that you will be able to read more about, okay, tomorrow. Let me share the screen with you for tomorrow, because we have to continue to measure our plants, right? I'm going to go back because I have to shut off the screen. We have to continue to measure our plants. So the next measuring day is day 11. Okay, so if we counted today as day 8, 9, 10, 11, that's going to be on Thursday. So I'll remind you again, you know, to measure them again on Thursday. Okay, so what you're going to be working on for tomorrow is you're going to read over page 14, and you're going to do the It's Your Turn activity at the bottom of that page. Okay, and then you're going to go on to page 15. Okay, and you're going to be reading an article to write a persuasive argument. Okay, so you really have to pay attention to what you're reading on page 15. And here is where you can read more about the hydroponic gardens. Okay, the articles, the reading articles are called Soilless Gardens. Okay, so again, if the links don't work, go on to McGraw-Hill. Okay, and you're going to be completing a writing connection activity. Okay, the writing connection activity after reading the Soilless Gardens, after you get through 14, 15 and the Soilless Gardens, you're going to be writing your persuasive argument. And again, you can record it right in the Dropbox if you want to do that. That would be fine. Or if you prefer to write your persuasive article, you can do it that way in writing as well. Okay, questions today? Any questions? No? All right, great job on your plants, everyone. Continue to water them like you have been, and we'll record on Thursday again. Otherwise, if there's no questions, thanks for being here, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow for math.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Wisconsin Virtual Learning is proud to offer an education that meets the individual needs of our students and families. Learn more about Wisconsin Virtual Learning or online schooling in general by visiting our website at wisconsinvl.net.